welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me. Today I'm going to be doing the Do I Have That Book challenge tag. I'm very excited for it. I've seen it done before and I thought it was really well done, so I decided I wanted to do it myself. So I'm going to be referring to my phone for the questions. There are 20 of them. But without further ado, let's get started. So question 1 is, do you have a book with deckled edges? Yeah, I do. I love books with deckled edges. I didn't know what that even meant until maybe a year or two ago. So books with like the textured pages, like with the torn edge look, the rough edge look, those are deckled edges. So an example, I have a few examples. I can't probably show them all, but I have The Wind in the Willows, which is by Kenneth Grahame, and this is the Penguin Threads edition, but you can also find it, I think, if you look for Penguin Deluxe editions. Speaking of, I have Les Miserables, so it has that textured edge. From what I can tell, all the Penguin Deluxe editions have deckled edges. Not 100% on that, but just from what I can tell. Then there's also The Weight of Ink by Rachel Kaddish, and that has I love it. Some people love deckled edges, some people really don't. Personally, I love them. I find that they're hard to find, but I really enjoy them regardless. I don't know, something about just that more tactile experience. I really like it. It makes me very happy. Then question 2 is, do you have a book with 3 or more people on the cover? Now I have kind of taken a sneak peek at the questions. I don't think all of them, but I don't actually know if I do. I'm going to say this counts. It's Writers and Lovers by Lily King. It has 3 silhouettes. And honestly, that's the closest I think I'll get. So we're going to say Writers and Lovers by Lily King. I haven't read this yet. Let me know if you have and what your thoughts are. Question 3, do you have a book based on another fictional story? Yeah, I do. Probably like all of my Greek myth retellings. Let me grab a selection. So the first Greek myth retelling I ever read was Circe by Madeline Miller, and I absolutely loved it. Then, let me see, I've read multiple retellings on the Trojan War. So the Song of Achilles and 1,000 Ships. So these are retellings of the Trojan War, which takes place during the Iliad, written by Homer. Ariadne by Jennifer Saint. Just read this, and it is a retelling of Theseus and the Minotaur. So pretty much all of my Greek mythology, I think, would count towards a story based on a fictional story. So yeah. Question 4. Do I have a book with a title 10 letters long? Bear with me. 1, 2, 3. No. Got it. So this is Middlemarch by George Eliot. I've not read this one yet. This is the Penn Macmillan Collector's Edition. And it's beautiful. On the back it says, and of course men know best about everything, except what women know better. So I'm very excited for whenever I get into this one. I'm just at the moment a bit daunted by the size. Question number 5. Do you have a book with a title that starts and ends with the same letter? Maybe. Possibly. Oh, technically it's my husband's, but it's on my bookcase, so it works. But it is The Hobbit by J.R.R. Tolkien. I haven't read The Hobbit yet. I really want to. I can't wait to when I get to it. But yeah, The Hobbit. Next, do you have a mass market paperback book? Yeah, I do. Where is it? Mass market paperback are smaller paperbacks. They're this size. So I have Angela's Ashes by Frank McCourt. I've not read this yet. I knew immediately that I had this because I don't actually really like mass market paperbacks, so I have given the majority of mine on to other homes. I don't know, they're smaller, the font tends to be a bit smaller, and I don't tend to enjoy, I'm very much so on the format, and the physical of the book affects my reading experience, so yeah, I don't tend to enjoy mass market paperbacks. Just personally, I totally get like they're great for travel, they're great for, you know, taking around, but for me, no. So yeah. So question 7 is, do you have a book written by an author using a pen name? Now I've already used this book, but I can't find another off the top of my head. But that is again Middlemarch, George Eliot. Her pen name was Marianne Evans, and so she published under a male name. And same with the Brontes. All 3 of them, they published originally under male names. I don't quite remember each of them off the top of my head, but each Bronte sister published under a male pen name. As well as that, I have Jennifer L. Armentrout's books. I quite love them, and she will publish sometimes under J. Lynn, but I don't have my copies of her J. Lynn books here, so we will say George Eliot. Do you have a book with a character's name in the title is question 8. Yeah, immediately, Ariadne. I've obsessed over this book in a reading vlog, in a review. This one. Ariadne. Read it. But that it's Theseus and the Minotaur, but it's Ariadne's story of it. She's given a voice finally. Next question is, do you have a book with 2 maps in it? Let's see. Heroes by Stephen Fry. I'm positive that this has... Okay, yeah, there's one map. The World of the Greek Heroes. Oh my goodness, this is bugging me. I know there's another book I had that like I literally just had in my hands that had a map in it. This one I think only has the 1 map. Yeah, so no, don't have one that has 2 maps. Alright, do I have a book that was turned into a TV show? Yes, I do. Hold on. So, I have Outlander by Diana Gabaldon. I haven't read this. I've watched the first couple seasons of the show and adored it, but then I just couldn't like emotionally cope with stuff that was happening. And since I know of certain things that happen, I am like petrified to go into the book because, you know, the books tend to like emotionally affect me harder. So I have it, I want to read it, but I'm so scared of it. So yeah, Outlander, amazing show. Question 11, do you have a book written by someone who is originally famous for something else? A celebrity, athlete, politician, TV personality? I actually don't think so. I'm pretty convinced I don't. I just kind of want to say no. I don't think I do. No. No, I don't. Right. Do I have a book with the clock on the cover? Yeah, I'm sure. Oh, where'd that one go? Nah. This one's also cheap because it's got in the title, but The Watchmaker of Filgree Street. I have not read this one yet. I've heard really good things about it, so I'm excited to get to it. It's kind of one like I got really excited for, and I kind of always keep forgetting to pick up. So, yeah, let me know if you've read it and what your thoughts are. Question 13. Do I have a poetry book? Yeah, I do, and I'm not even going to show them all. I don't have a bunch, but I love poetry. I really, really do. I'll just show favorites. I love any poetry so far by Tyler Knott Gregson, Atticus Poetry. I have this little poetry pamphlet that I found, 10 Poems for Autumn. It was actually meant to be like a card. You know, you could give it in place of a card, but I wanted it. So it was really nice. 10 Poems for Autumn. It doesn't even have, like, it's by Candlestick Press. But I haven't been able to find it really well. So it has poems by Emily Bronte, Maggie Dietz, Kyle Gibran, Jane Hirschfield, John Keats, Ted Kooser, Amy Lowell, Freya Manfred, a bunch of authors. So I quite like this one. Okay, question 14. Do you have a book with an award stamp on it? Yeah, it's actually my current read. So that is The Silence of the Girls by Pat Barker. It has the Women's Prize for Fiction 2019 shortlisted stamp on it. Then question 15, do you have a book written by an author with the same initials? I don't think I do. Nope. Nah. Nope. No, I don't. Alright, number 16. Do you have a book of short stories? I don't tend to read short stories. Do I? Yeah, okay. That should do it. I have The Adventures and Memoirs of Sherlock Holmes, as well as The Best of Sherlock Holmes is another short story collection, I believe, as well, of Sir Arthur's. I just started reading Sherlock. I'm actually slowly working my way through the adventures, and I love them. I love them. So yeah, that would be my short story collection. Do I have a book that is between 500 and 510 pages long? That's a little bit particular. Alright, give me a minute, I'm gonna look. Okay, so I looked through, none of my hardcovers, from what I can tell, match that prompt. And I think I'm even bending the rules a little bit with what I found, but Crime and Punishment by Fyodor Dostoevsky, at least in this Russian Classics edition, Vintage Classics edition in the Russian series, the book ends at 504, but then there's an epilogue, which takes it to 522. So if we're not counting the epilogue, then this counts, this works. But yeah, I haven't read this one. I'm really excited to read it. I just definitely know I need to be in a certain mood for it. Okay, so question 18, do you have a book that was turned into a movie? Hold on. Yeah, of course I would. I definitely would. But do I? Hold on. Isn't The Hating Game being turned into a movie? Did I not hear that? I'm sure it is. Oh, and just in case, wow, I am a fool. Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. That one is definitely a movie that I have not watched in forever and I need to watch. Let me see. Question 19. Do I have a graphic novel? Yeah, I do, but I actually don't think I have any here. I have had them, I will have them, but I don't currently have any in this location. And do I have a book, final question, written by 2 or more authors? Yes, it's literally staring at me, so here we go. My Dear Hamilton, it is by Stephanie Dre and Laura Kamui. And, oh, also Deckled Edges. This book, oh, still got like bookmarks in it. This book was fantastic. I really, really enjoyed this one. So, there we go. Okay, so that concludes the Do I Have That Book challenge, or Do I Own That Book? It's really interesting to go through the books you see and kind of see what prompts you fill. So I have a lot of fun with it. Let me know what books you would have picked for the prompts, or if you've read any of the ones I picked, or if there's some that I hadn't read that you would really recommend me getting to. Let me know. But until then, I can't wait to see you in my next video, and I hope you stay safe and take care. Bye!